This is why working in America actually sucks. My son worked at a cafeteria inside a large company. The pizza chef used to harass women. One of the women reported him. The manager, who is a woman, said, "Yeah, he does that." I reported a hostile work environment to the head of HR. He said if it were up to him, he would have fired me. He always bragged that he was the former chief of police for a nearby city, which was an odd career move. I Googled him, and there were accusations of SA and embezzlement, and now he's the head of HR. I got SA'd at work by the boss, and when I didn't respond favorably to his advances, he had my manager make up reasons to fire me. At one of my first jobs, one of my coworkers was fired because she missed a few days because of a miscarriage. I was floored. She was even told she'd still have a job, but they had her replaced before she was even out of the hospital. Amazon fired my mom because in a drowsy, end-of-shift mental state, she forgot to scan her badge to buy a snack from their kiosk. When she returned the next day to pay for it, she was immediately fired for stealing. This is the same company that couldn't fire a guy for drinking on the job because there's no proof. The guy brought alcohol, amber color, in a clear water bottle and tossed it in the trash, which literally smelled of alcohol. My husband got fired because he left mid-shift because our house was on fire, literally 2 days after Christmas. The kids and I were home sick, and they canceled our insurance the same day. So our hospital visits due to the fire were not covered. I got my gallbladder removed, and my manager told me since it wasn't a serious surgery, I needed to be back to work the day after. I couldn't even move the day after. I never went back. I got suspended over a false accusation solely because one of the managers didn't like me and brainwashed the other manager that she's dating into hating me. No verbal or written warning on my record. I bent over backwards for that company, so I quit after. A coworker of mine was fired after having a heart attack at work. She had 2 preface incidents that required 911. They said it was against schedule adherence. 47 of us quit. And at number 10. At 18, I took my mom to an appointment and she found out she had cancer. Called into my work to be with her, and one of my managers said, "You know this will be a write-up, right?" I've come to the conclusion that these managers and bosses have no soul, because any sane human being would show empathy. And these managers and bosses don't do that. But let's look at some that do. I was having a really bad mental health week and called out 3 days in a row. My manager called me to ask if I was okay, and I explained to him what was going on. He told me to take the rest of the week off and take care of myself. He still checks up on me. This was 4 years ago. When I was struggling to get my preteen daughter's mental illness and health addressed with her doctors, I was still coming to work, but I was in a rough shape and had tanked my leave due to appointments. Supervisors and team donated their leave so I could take time off and help my daughter. She's now almost 22 and doing great. I'm still on the team. You see how easy it is to just be nice? Just be nice. It's not hard.